Welcome back to another piano lesson. I'm Dan Brown. Today's lesson is going to be on Honky Tonk. This is really the first video that I've created on Honky Tonk, and I think you're really going to love it. When you play country piano, you're usually doing one of several things. You're either chording, which you're doing almost all the time, you're playing fills, but the fills are here and there. They're not all the time. And then there's soloing. When you play honky tonk, it's kind of like letting the kid in the candy store, maybe that's a strange analogy, but here's when you're going to use it. Here's when you're going to use honky tonk. You're going to use it at the beginning of a song, at the end of a song, or at the end of a verse or a chorus. It's just like seasoning. It's like a spice. In terms of food, it's like candy. You can use honky tonk for soloing, like you can base a piano solo off of honky tonk super easily. And you can use it all the time for fills. The difference is if you're doing the fills are going to be short, something like that, whereas your solos might be a little bit longer. I want to tell you that the difficulty level here is higher than, say, the difficulty level that we had for just playing those chords. I just completed a level of videos on just playing one major chord with both hands, and I hope you've been able to try that out. Now, I would say if I rated these skills on a scale of 1 to 5, and if that chording like this, if that's a 1 or a 2, I would rate the honky tonk from about 3 to 4. You're going to see when we get into the lesson that there's several different variations of the honky tonk. There's an easy way to start it where your hands are together, and then when you start breaking that up, that's when it gets a little bit more challenging. You're going to have to take your time. You're going to have to practice this. Without any more talking, head over to the piano. We're going to get started right now. I want to demonstrate how this sounds just so you get an idea what your final product is going to be. But I have to tell you this, don't be discouraged if you can't do the finished product right now, because if you're a beginner and new to the piano, chances are you're not going to be able to do this for a while. It really does take some practice, but here's kind of what you're going for right here. So what I'm doing there, I'm just walking up with both times I'm just walking up with this bass. So you can walk up for now. If you don't have the octave thing down, don't worry about it. But I did it in the demonstration, and that's why I showed it again here. If you want to just walk up here, that's fine. And also remember, these notes are right here too. They're down here. And usually in country piano, we like to use these lower notes because it just gives your sound a nice punch. So that's it for the left hand. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now whether you're going up with your right hand, the bass is still walking up. Watch. Or whether you're walking down. So that's the left hand, and you can practice that by itself at first, But I always think that when you start doing your right hand, put the bass in there as best as you can, even if it's slow or it's a little bit awkward or disjointed. Put it in there. The reason that I'm showing you this right here, really this honky tonk stuff often happens up here. By the way, I'm calling this lesson Honky Tonk Part 1. And the reason for that is that I'm just showing you how to go up. And we're just on E. And then you're going to go right back down, and you're using exactly those same notes. Now the reason there's a part 2 is because when you're here on E, watch. And I know when I put the pedal on, it doesn't, you can't see that I'm trilling these. And this is so important for me to tell you right now. Your trills take time. I'll say that again. The trills are really going to take a long time. So anyway, let's look at the right hand and see what it's doing. I'm going to start here, and this really would be a place where you could start your honky tonk in E, but you can do it here. You can also do it here, and you can do it here. And so please do this for me. Right now, don't worry about the trills. You have to trust me on this. You've got to just get this part of it down right here where you're not trying to break your notes up. So let's look at it. You got an A flat and an E, and then you got an A and an F. And if you've been watching some of my videos, you'll know that I'm big on teaching you how to play these inversions. The inversions lend themselves to everything. Okay, so you got A flat and E, A and F sharp. Now watch this. From here on, everything's going to be half steps. And half steps just means that you're not skipping any notes. So you're going from here to here. So you got a B flat and G. That's what you could call like passing tones. It just means that they're not, so they're strangers to the key. They don't belong there, but listen to where they take us to right here. And that's it. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you could make something up. I used to make up things like I'm going up and I'm going down, or something like that. Guys, that's really it. That's really it. Now, with variations on this, anyway, before I do the variations, let me show you this. Let's just walk the bass up. Notice 1, 2, 3, 4. And guess what? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. And going down, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So many things that we do in country piano are going to be just counting to 4. If you can count to 4 and you can lock your hands, you can do this. So watch. I'm gonna demonstrate it, and then we'll do it together. Kind of, I don't want to put it right there. Let's keep it up here. This is where your honky tonk, from here down is where your honky tonk stuff is going to live. So let's start. Play a B in your left hand. Remember, and you're going to walk right on up like that. I'm starting with my ring finger, and I'm just walking right on up. And you see I'm making up a little, just making up a little saying, walk right on up. Or you can say 1, 2, 3, 4. right? Now this hand, it's going to be slow. Get your A flat and your E here. So there. D flat in the bass. Now there's our dissonance, which means something that doesn't sound good. That's really what dissonance is. It's something that doesn't sound right. And there we're home. Okay. So we walked up. Let me show you again. Now we're going to walk down, but reset your bass to be here again, because it's going to your left hand is going to do the same thing. It's going to walk up, but your right hand, and I'm going to just play these and lock them there. We're going to do this together in just a minute, but I'm still showing you just for now. And guys, don't be afraid to start trilling. When you start trilling, your trills are going to sound like this. Don't do your trills though until you can do this. Okay, we'll come back to the trills in a few minutes. Okay, let's do that together. We're going to walk up, and then we're going to walk back down. So you're going to have a finger, whatever finger you want, on B, and you're going to walk up to E. And this one is going to, guys, just lock these. These are called six. Just lock your hand up. Some people are going to say, oh, you shouldn't lock your hand up. Well, that's what I do. Just if you lock your hand up, you're not gonna fall off the stairs. You know, you're gonna just. Okay, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're gonna walk down. Okay, now that's it. Okay, and guys, if you're more comfortable doing it here, you can. Typically, your honky tonk is this high sound right here. Usually, our sounds are up here. And I'm only showing you E, but just remember, I'm going to do this in a bunch of keys. I'm going to do it in E, A, D, G, C, F, B flat, and I'm kind of guessing that most people aren't playing in E flat and A flat, but you know, I could do those. But I think it's a good if you can just. Like E is the guitar key. Every guitar, this is just my thought on it, but every guitar is in the key of E. Guys, let's do it again together. Let's do it here this time. Ready? Lock your hand on this right here. I'm not going to tell you the names of the notes because you can see them there. And here's your pattern. Everything else. So after this, everything else is just half steps. Half steps mean that you don't skip any notes. You're just. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's cool. I love, you can kind of hear this harmony between. And that's why Honky Tonk's so neat, because it's in music we call it conflict and resolution. Conflict is that dissonant thing that it doesn't sound right in the key of E till you get to here. Guys, it. That's really the lesson. And wow, I'm already at 14 minutes. Now, the variations on this, I have to show you because this is just part one. So right now you're locked. You're doing just straight. You're just playing this straight. What I mean by that is you're playing these notes together. The variation is this, is that you hit it twice. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, that one, you would usually trill it. So it would be 1, 2. So play that twice, twice. And this one you would trill. Or you would just not do anything with it. Just leave it alone. Okay? And then coming down, 2. Yeah, and usually, guys, this would be a trill. And your trills, even if you're not fast, that sounds pretty good. Okay, we're talking about variations, and really that's the next variation, is that you're going... So what did I do there? You could call it like a back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. Stop. Okay, now we're going to go back down. Back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. And either stop or trill. So guys, be patient with yourself. Let's do a little bit of review. Your left hand is walking up. And look at the B. Look at the chart in purple where you have the B going up to the E that's right on the top of that, at the very top of that circle. This is what it sounds like. The B, and I'll give you a little bit more to go on, but your B to E sounds like this. And I'm getting ready to do a series of lessons that have these walk-ups. Guys, notice that I'm not showing you this in C today. I mean, I could. But C is just overplayed. And if I teach you in C, that doesn't tell you how to do it in E or A. Or D. Notice these, like if I start in E, I'm in E, go down to the 7th, and I'm ready to do A. Watch. To the 7th. Now I'm ready to go to D. It just sets you up. And on and on. We're already in F. And that sets you up to go to B flat. Guys, be patient with yourselves, and just, like I said, try to just do that for now. Walk up, and then walk back down. If you're a beginner, this is going to do two things. It's going to challenge you to play with both hands. But guys, this is a really beautiful, you know, the harmonies on these are just beautiful. Listen. Today's lesson was on playing honky tonk in the key of E. If you don't know about the key of E, in country music, it's really kind of the country key. E, the key of E is super important. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you're hitting a wall, you need to stop. Either, stop and take a break, or just stop and put it away. Just work on that first part of it, and then come back to the variations later. These skills will build on each other. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you back real soon. Bye-bye.